let's talk about decentralization a little bit more because I think we can say so. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency, and some people don't understand what decentralized means because they
Right.
say I've heard a lot of people say, well, the government's just going to shut that down. They're gonna regulate it. They're gonna make sure that Bitcoin closes their doors. Let's talk about how Bitcoin doesn't have doors.
Yeah. Well, that's a very common negative that people come up with. They're like, well, the government's just not going to let it. They're going to shut it down. And I'm like, okay, well, let's say they do that. Okay, shut down Bitcoin. Where do you go? There's nobody in control of it. There's no specific. If they said let's shut down Facebook, they're gonna go kick open Zuckerberg's door. You know what I mean? That's how it starts. You know,
Right.
that's the difference between centralized and decentralized. That in itself is kind of hard to explain. It's kind of like uh, a centralized entity is like is like our bank. Say you get a key bank account or whatever. You know what I mean? You have one, I got one, she's got one, whatever. And all them that's all centralized through a single server at KeyBank. So if somebody wears a hack or they can attack one centralized entity. You know, Bitcoin's not like that because everybody that's mining, all the miners and validating the nodes and stuff out there are validating the network themselves. So each one of them has to agree with each other. So pretty much you'd have to like hack every computer that's on the network all at the same time.
Which at
And
this
it's
point is
the definition of like decentralized. I was thinking earlier, it's kind of like going to the movies. You go to the movies, that's kind of centralized. You're all in a group, you're watching a movie. You know what I mean? Decentralized is kind of like when it goes to the VHS and you're all individually watching it at your home. You know
right.
what I mean?
That makes
it,
sense.
it's difficult to explain, but it's
There's no storefront. There's no CEO.
no.
There's no PR guy. I mean, there are guys like us that are kind of PR guys, but we're here voluntarily. Um, that's been one of the big things that I've heard people say. Like I post something on Facebook, and they're like, "I don't like the players in Bitcoin," and I'm like, "I don't think you understand what that means." So basically, there's nothing to stop because it's us. It's all of us. Almost.
People
I
don't
guess for
realize
my,
that the Bitcoin network is the largest computer network on the planet now. Too.
is it really?
It is, man.
Wow.
We
So
hit
let's break.
over $1 trillion market cap.